Good evening. How is everyone today? Alright. So, a little bit of house cleaning before we begin tonight. For the foreseeable future, I'm going to be doing only 1 to 2 streams per week, but they're going to be on the usual Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. There might be some special streams here and there where we'll do an extra day or so, but for the most part, it's just going to be 1 to 2 streams per week. Excuse me, and that's because I'm focusing on making like YouTube content and stuff starting next year. So I need to make sure I have enough time to do that. I'm doing well, Diamond, by the way. I don't know how much the lag is, but I'm focused on getting YouTube content and TikTok content good. So I'll expect to be starting to work on those. So there's going to be some other things like Diamond, my business partner, friend, and colleague. Business partner, friend, and colleague is going to be streaming on this channel for at least a little bit, starting next year as well. Yeah, she's going to be testing. Streaming by herself, pretty much. I don't know when that's going to start, but whenever she feels like it's going to start. 4 seconds. Okay. So I don't know. Whenever she feels like she wants to do it, she will start doing that. I'll probably wait until after this week. Maybe, I don't know. It's whenever she feels like she wants to start doing it. But she can be streaming on this channel for a little bit, and if she likes it, then she's going to be streaming on her own channel, her own Twitch channel, and be completely separated from the Cita Draws brand entirely. Not, just doing her own thing, her own independent thing. She can still be a part. She's still a part of Cita Draws, but that'd be like her thing. Like, she has full control over that aspect of it. But she does get stuff. She can pull people into the stores and stuff like that. So, but she's more separated from there. She's had to, abide by my rules or whatever. She has her own thing, if she likes it. That is, if she likes it. So, we'll have more information when it starts to get put together of how it's going to work, but we're just kind of talking about it now. So yeah, if you like it. So, but without further ado, that is going to be next year's thing. We're still talking about it. We're still getting up. We'll make a full discussion about it. Me and her will, whenever the first stream of the new year, because we are planning to do a stream on the 31st of Terraria long play, where we're doing a lot of Terraria stuff from whenever we decide to do it to New Year's on our time, which is Central Standard Time. So that's gonna be the last stream of the year, and then the first stream of 2024 will be when we go over what our plans to do for this channel, and as well as the business and whatever else, Cita Draws company. So we'll have more information. That's just kind of putting it out there. But without further ado, now that housekeeping is over, it's pretty much all I got to say right now. There's a few more things we have, exciting things we have coming out. Yeah. Um, so I got a few more. I got a few things that that I'm interested and excited to, pursue and stuff like that with this. Uh, that will be for a little bit. I got to get them figured out first. You may have got a sneak peek of it at the Halloween stream a few weeks back, but yeah, I want to do some cool stuff with the webcams and stuff like that. So, but anyway, we're going to get to it. So we're going to start with Warthog for today. This design of Warthog, I've already sketched both Warthog and Outlaw. So all I gotta do is do the line work and coloring and stuff like that. I might not finish tonight because this is gonna be a relatively short night. But at least be able to show and hopefully be able to do the line work for both of them at least. And tomorrow, I'm not streaming tomorrow, but tomorrow I have to color and finish them because they do go out in the next few weeks. But next week is, let's see, what is next week? Because right now we're doing the Twisted Metal of the first game, and it's entirely all the characters. And then we're going to take a break for a few weeks and do some mech battletech and such. And then we're going to get back into it. But Thumper and Pit Viper are next. I've already designed Thumper on a scratch sheet of paper at work, so kind of how I know what his design is going to be. Pit Viper I haven't even looked at, and then after that is Grim, Mr. Grimm, and Hammerhead, and then all of the vehicles from the first Twisted Metal will be done, and then we can move on to the ones from 2, which I don't think is a whole lot of them, because I'm not doing the versions of every single one of them, which is 5. There's five of them for Twisted Metal 2. So, not too bad. Anyway. So let's get to Warthog. Let me switch over. Aha. So this is the Warthog I designed. Let me bring up the pure ref so you can kind of see what it looks like. Make this smaller. So the thing about it is, this is Warthog normally. This is from the first game. And I like this design. These two right here scream Warthog. He's always been a Humvee. Music might be a little bit too loud. About that. Yeah. I like to keep it at 50 decibels. A negative 50 decibels is usually where I like to keep it. It's a little bit too loud. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna put it down a bit. I think it is. I think I had it loud for another thing, but anyway, whatever. But anyway, Warthog has always been like the Humvee to me, like the souped up Humvee. And then in Twisted Metal Black, he changed entirely. Yeah. But I feel like he changed in, like, because this is one of the ones I had trouble with of what I need to do. It's because, like, he was a military vehicle, he's a Humvee. And that's what the first games is, but the modern Warthog is completely different. Oh. That's what he looks like now in the modern Twisted Metal games. From Twisted Metal Black onward. He is a station wagon on top of a tank. Which is cool. I think this is one of the best designed combatants in Twisted Metal history. But it leaves me at odds, because when I go to design these Twisted Metal characters, I like to import different design ideas and philosophies into them, so that okay, this is Crimson Fury, this is Sweet Tooth. but it's just my version of it. You know, little tweaks here and there, just grabbing different ideas from different versions. But he has two very drastic versions of himself. And I like both of them. So I had to kind of like pick one. I can do this one. It'd be very simple. It's just a station wagon on top of a tank. But I decided to do kind of mixture of both of them. So he has instead of having the two wheels in the back, he has tank treads or bulldozer treads in the back. I might actually remove the I might actually remove the big Gatling gun in the front of it, or probably incorporate it more into things to have this sitting on top of his thing to feel like I get or incorporate that more. But yeah, that's what Warthog looks like. I kind of like the way he turned out. The treads are extremely hard to draw, so I'm hoping they worked out pretty well. But I'm probably gonna remove that Gatling gun. Like just remove it entirely, or re-incorporate it into it. I'll figure it out. I think I know what I'm gonna do with it. Just remove it like that, and just redraw it back. So Outlaw is a police car. This is more of a simple little design of him. He was very, very simple, straightforward. He's a police car. He's a police vehicle. He was a SWAT van in the modern Twisted Metal series, but he's always been a police car to me. So that's how I designed him like this. He's very, very simple. He'll come together more as I buff him out a little bit more. He was just a quick draw at the end of yesterday. So, but I think I got him kind of what I want to. I might take the rocket off the top, but we're gonna start with Warthog. We're gonna actually finish the sketch off, because again, I don't like it just sitting there. It just looks kind of weird after I sat on it. That's kind of one of the things I like taking my time with these, because I like sitting on it for a little bit of time to kind of let it sit and see if I like it or not. That's one of the reasons I don't like finished drawings on stream all too often. That one looks like he's bent. But yeah, I kind of like how he Warthog kind of turned out. He's still a Humvee, but he has like the tank treads from his newer designs and stuff. So I think I might put a snowplow right here, because it looks like he's kind of, there's nothing really going on down there, so I might put like a snowplow or something, or like a plow, like a mini plow. There we go. Yeah, so I don't... Yeah, I feel like putting like a plow or something on the front of him will kind of bring him out a little bit more. Because it looks like there's nothing in front of him. And again, this is a death machine. This is the military vehicle. It's supposed to be just as super with power and freedom. Unless it's Twisted Metal Black and it's just, I am a psychopathic murderer. So I kind of like that. Um, Means I need to erase all of this. Actually, no, before I do that, make a copy of it. And then I can erase this so I can keep the original one just in case I don't like it in the end. But I've already, so like I say, I've got Outlaw thing pretty much designed. I've already designed, Thumper. So I already got what, Thumper's gonna look like. Haven't started on Pit Viper, might do that tomorrow at work, because we're really slow at the paint store. Because no one wants to paint. I don't know, we might be busy tomorrow. Who knows? We were really dead today. Like, we were scarily dead today. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I've read about 4 chapters of the book. I didn't get any ready to done today because I decided to do some drawing and stuff like that, and I honestly wasn't like, today was raining this morning, so my sinuses were acting up pretty bad. So I couldn't really focus as much as I would want to. But I did read, I think, a little bit last Thursday. Hopefully tomorrow I can get some reading in. It depends on how busy it is. It is the day before Thanksgiving. So, and we were off for Thanksgiving, which is nice. It's always nice when we're allowed to be off on Thanksgiving. But, I don't know, what are you guys' plans for Thanksgiving? Mine are go to visit people. Get these tank treads there. Yeah. Which I'm not... Honestly, that's the one thing I don't like about Thanksgiving. Is because people expect you to eat a lot, and I can't... Well, I can. I don't really like to eat a whole lot. Because it messes with my stomach. I have a little bit of tummy issues. So I can't eat like very salty foods and stuff like that very much. So I like to be very cautious when I do eat stuff. So I eat very little, like, I will like eat a little bit here and a little bit there, just kind of keep it under check. Because it can get pretty bad. But again, that's the one thing I don't like about things, because you're expected to eat a lot. And I don't like to eat a lot. I like to eat in moderation. Yeah, I know. You talk about that like I'm not the housemate you're talking about. And you seem like you're dragging me, kicking and screaming like I don't want to go. Yeah, again, it's nice. They were nice last year. Again, don't want to eat. I don't like eating in front of people. No. But you guys make it sound like we're gonna drag you to the Thanksgiving festival, festivities, and you can't say no or whatever. It's like, I didn't say anything. Like, I'll go. All you have to do is ask. Make it sound like it's a big deal, like I'm not going. I know I'm antisocial. I'm not that bad. I didn't think it was that bad. Yeah, these tank treads took me forever to get right. And I still didn't get them completely right. I still had to make up a bunch of stuff for them. But again, it was something new to draw. I don't usually draw tanks and stuff like that, so I hope I was able to make it. I hope I able to make the tank tread community proud with my first attempt at them in a while. Yeah, this is also the first one I designed at work. I just scribbled on a piece of paper, just an idea. And I feel like I liked it enough to take it. So. Okay, that's a lot of detail for just a wheel. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Steam Autumn. It feels weird. It's Autumn Sale, but it's not during autumn, or it's getting it is still in autumn, yes, but it's not like usually it has it in like October every year, but this time they had it in. At least that's what I think it's called. Let me get Steam up really quick. Yeah, it's called the Autumn Sale. So it's kind of weird that they call it the Autumn Sale. I thought we were already on like the winter sale, but we're just not winter yet. It's not winter until December 1st. Oh. There we go. That right there. And boom, it's done. Stack is complete. Oh. There we go. And we just kind of leave some breathe marks, so we don't really do fill in all the way. Just to let you know that there are doors there, but you don't have to fully encase them. People will understand. But I was looking up references for this so I can get it to look like a military vehicle, like a Hummer. This is what it's supposed to be. And I saw like what the concept for the Humvee, the new concept for the Humvee is supposed to look like, and I almost deleted this and started to draw something more like that because it looks cool in my opinion. But I was like, no, that's a little too modern for this. I think Twist Metal fits well when it's like that Mad Max style where it's like old cars cobbled together with like random doodads. So at least that's how I feel with Twist Metal's at its best when doing that, when it's not trying to be like modern. It's like a demolition derby. Yeah, it looked really cool. Excuse me. Ooh. But yeah. I'm getting back into Battletech. I almost played Battletech this stream, which would have been a mistake. Because it's Doodle Month, and you're not supposed to be... I don't play games on Doodle Month. But I've been really addicted to the Battletech mod, Battletech 3062. Which is an excellent mod. And I didn't really get into it the first time because it had performance issues, and it still does. It's a performance hog. Like, my computer is not like the greatest anymore, but around the time it released its first version, my computer was top of the line because it had like a 3080 and all that other stuff in it. Now it's not that special anymore, but even now it has trouble running it. It still lags and hitches, and I haven't had a crash yet. But like when the enemies go to do their move, it takes so long for them to do their move. Like it has to sit there and think for a good few seconds before it actually starts their move. And if they have more than 4 vehicles, which my lance is usually 5 or 6. Yeah, it's usually around 6 people at most on the field, my lance, and the other lance is usually around 8 or 9. It takes a long time for them to think of their moves, and it's, again, after playing stuff like Alan Wake and stuff that loads incredibly fast, and I know it's an AI, it's a CPU problem. That's where most of the AIs go into. And I know the engine for that game it's not the best. It's not as well optimized. That's always been a problem. But again, the game is fun enough where I can look over that and still have fun. Because again, they added so many more mechs, you added infantry battle suits, battle armor, and stuff like that, which is really interesting to play around with. I haven't got into the battle armor yet. I just got a couple of tank drivers, I want to get into like the aerospace, like the VTOLs and stuff like that. Because they look like a lot of fun to play around with, but I haven't found any like VTOLs that are not carriers. I'm guessing that's all they have, so I'll have to find somebody who's good with battle armor. But hopefully, I want to do a series on that. Yeah, VTOLs. There's VTOLs. There's big carriers that carry a lot of infantry and vehicles. I haven't found any, so I don't know if they're in the game. I don't know if any fighters are in the game. Aerospace fighters. I'm pretty sure they might be. But I know that they are carriers for the battle armor. And those seem like a lot of fun to play around with. Battle armor is just really, really good. If you can get a good pilot or whatever to pilot them, battle armor is really good in that game. Especially if you get to elementals. Ooh. Nothing can really touch you. But right now I'm just doing mechs and a few tanks. I wouldn't mind doing a playthrough where I'm using nothing but tanks, using no mechs at all. Maybe one or two mechs, but mostly like tanks and aerospace. I think that'd be really, really fun to do. But the problem is right now I don't have a pilot that's good with battle armor because they're kind of hard to find. Their specialty is battle armor. And I like having specialties, like they're specialized in a certain thing. Like I have a tank pilot that is just nothing but a tank pilot. That's all he is. I have mech pilots that specialize in just a particular type of mech, and that's them. And they're very, very good at it. But I don't know. I'm addicted to it. Like I want to play it right now, but I'm drawing with some metal cars, which is fine. I'm having a good time. It's just I'm so addicted to it. And the DLCs are on sale right now because of the autumn sale. I do not have the DLC for the game, which add new mechs and new battlegrounds and new stuff to play around with. So I want to download get the DLCs and update the mod to include the DLCs. Because right now I don't have any DLCs. So some of my favorite mechs are not even in the game. I mean, my two favorite mechs of all time are in the game. One of them I'm not worried about finding. I just don't know the lore enough to find them. So, because my favorite mechs, the three favorite mechs is the Jenner, which I have found. I have 2 parts for it. So how that game runs is you find scrap. When you kill things in battle, you find scrap. And you can put that scrap together and build a mech out of it. And in 2062 or 3062, you can choose at the beginning of your playthrough how many parts do you want before you can build a mech. And I have it as set to 3 because I'm still learning the game. And I want a little bit of easier time as I'll get to grips with the massive game mechanics and stuff like that. So I have it set to kind of easy where I can get a mech in 3 parts instead of the 4, which is normal. Which I think it's a fair trade. When I do another playthrough, I'm gonna do 4 parts where I really have to search them. But the thing is, when you defeat a mech, you have a roll table of scrap, and sometimes they'll give you 1 scrap, and sometimes they'll give you 2, and sometimes you get lucky and they'll give you 3. Like I got a Griffin, which is a really good medium mech, because it rolled a 3 on the loot table, and I got 3. But at the beginning of your missions, you get to choose if do you want all money, or do you want to substitute your money for more scrap, which I think is a very interesting thing. So I go all scrap, and most of my stuff I just go all scrap so I can get as much scrap as possible, so I can get as many mechs as possible. That's the way I do it. Money is it's not really an issue. There's some missions where you want to pick money, like the duels and whatnot, where you're doing a duel against the other mech, or a 3-on-3 or whatever. You want to do your money, because you're not going to get as much scrap, because those mechs are gone. There's only so many mechs. But again, my favorite mechs are the Jenner 7D, which is a little bitty little missile boat. It's a really good light mech. I've only fought against 3 of them, and I've only gotten 2 scrap. 1 scrap per mech that I destroyed, because the loot table is kind of bad for that one, which kind of sucks, because I haven't found another one yet. And since this game added a ton of mechs into the game, you're less likely to find them. Now you can get lucky when you first start off and get the mech from the very beginning, because it is a light mech. But I think mechs are random, and it depends on like what you pick. I don't think they're the same for everything. But I'm gonna make these chains. I think that'd be really cool, like a kind of like a chain thing. But it's a really fun fun mod to play around with. It's also heartbreaking whenever you lose a pilot you spend a lot of time building up and stuff. It's really sad, because I had a light mech pilot that I built up from the very beginning, and he was my main pilot, and I lost him because, now I'm not sure if this is in the original game or not. I cannot remember. Maybe it is, but pilots can now bleed out, and they can have damage to themselves as well as the mech. So the pilot can die and the mech can be fine. So you have to watch out for that. But if you don't pay attention, you can lose them, because they have a bleed out meter where they're like, oh, they can bleed out in 1 to 2 turns. There's like a chance for them to bleed out and just die. And he got shot at. He got hit. I didn't think much of it. He barely got hit. I wasn't paying attention where he says like, oh, I've got hit and I'm bleeding out. So you can put like this health thing on them, like give him a med kit or whatever, in which he'll heal himself up. He'll keep him alive until you can get back to the thing, put him back into the med bay. I didn't see that because it doesn't make a big like notification that lets you know that they're bleeding out. It just tells you they're bleeding out, and then might say something, be like, "Hey, Commander, I'm bleeding out. It's or whatever." But he didn't say anything. He was just normal, happy-go-lucky. So I was like, okay, he got hit a little bit. It didn't really get hit that hard, so I'm gonna move him over here. And he moved over there, and the Locust that he was driving just fell over, and he just died. So it's pretty brutal. But I lost him. I was like, man, that is my best mech pilot. I don't know if I could find another mech pilot that good for a while. So I have one I'm training up now, and she's pretty good. She doesn't have the stats he does or the abilities he does, but she's doing okay. Her first few missions, she has been doing a-okay, but I think she'll do better in a Jenner with something with a little more firepower, because her character is not really built for what I use the Locust for, which is scouting, and that's it. So it sucks, but again, that's the way it goes. That's just kind of how that game. That's kind of the fun of it. Because you do get to a point where you have enough money to buy whatever you want to. You're very wealthy. You can you have assault mechs on standby where you can just go and obliterate things. Which I noticed that you can't really obliterate things when you have assault mechs. Because let me put this up here. Nope. Wait to it. Let's go ahead and save it. Alright, so we're going to have an opening in the glass here. We're just going to have a gun popping out of here, like a sniper rifle or whatever popping out of here. Again, I don't really know what this is for. But it just needs something, because it doesn't have but the rockets on it. And that's kind of it. And I kind of want to move away from just everybody having machine guns on the side. Like, we'll get to Outlaw later, and he doesn't have machine guns, so he has something very unique to him. No, probably gonna have a barrel sticking out. Probably better. Just have like a opening like this. Have like a barrel sticking out. Alright, so I'm gonna curve it around. Oh. Alright, I have to... There. I'm just gonna do this. It's really hard to find, like, get the straight lines to work. So, we're just gonna do like this. Ooh. Let's see. Do that. I actually don't do that. I'm just gonna have something poking out here to give it some leverage. Just give it some leverage. And all right. Actually, we better to have it like this, and do that in the center. Although I do think these things are a little bit too thick. Skinny them out a bit. Anyway. All right. All right. I'm thinking of putting some chains on it, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. This is already a pretty complex vehicle as it is. I think it's fine where it's at right now. Maybe put something really funny here. Like a little target ready. Like it really needs it. Yeah, I think that looks good for Warthog. Like it has its main gun, it has its rockets, it has the melee one, so I think this is a good juggernaut looking Warthog. Okay, so with that, let's move on to Outlaw. So like I said earlier, I'm trying to move away from just a double machine guns on each side. I don't have a peer ref for Outlaw, so I'll have to find some photos of him. But Outlaw is pretty much been the same. He's always been a police car. He's a SWAT vehicle, like I said in Twisted Metal and Twisted Metal Black and Onward. Again, very, very cool designs. Like the modern Twisted Metal games, I like a lot. But I want to also have that classic feel to them. Like they look like the classics. But also have a little bit of the modern stuff attachment to it. Like, it's kind of like, what if they are redesigned now? Now, of course, I'm not the best designer in the world. But yeah, this is basically the police car, pretty much. This is from head on. This is a more modern looking police car. But I wanted to make it kind of more like the original, which the classic one is an old like 80s police car, which is very boxy. So I think kind of going less with the sleek and more the old classic boxy is probably where it's the best to go. And this way it looks like in the modern ones, he's a SWAT vehicle basically. But again, it looks cool. It's really cool. But we're gonna stick with this one. There we go. But I think it looks better as a boxy, like an older boxy car. So yeah, so you know how cops have searchlights over to the side where they can swivel around and stuff like that? So he turned them into a swivel shotgun which he can hang his hand out the front window and shoot things with it if they get close range. So yeah, again, it's not like the most creative thing in the world, but it fits Twisted Metal, as this is something one of the contestants would do. and he seems like the best thing because he already has a car that has a swivel thing on it, so it'd be just having, instead of a searchlight, just have a shotgun in its place. Hold on, you can read a message. Do you have an air mattress, Daya, by any chance? I think you do, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what my cousin's asking, because he's freaking out because he thinks we're going to be there. You know, he's like, I'm not prepared for this and whatever. It's like, he's freaking out, so that's why I wanted to talk to him in person, but you kind of said I didn't get a chance. I didn't talk to him about it last week because he was at work. You were supposed to hang out, but he was at work. He worked. He forgot he had to work that day. So we'll figure it out. Alright, I'll talk to him probably after the stream. A little bit more to kind of calm him down because he's freaking out because I was not aware of this. Like, neither was I. It just happened. So. Mm-hmm. And again, we have a backup. You can probably stay with my parents. Which my mom completely misremembered you guys talking about it while she was up here. So, yeah. So she didn't even remember. She didn't know I was coming down for the holidays. I told her, yeah. Excuse me. And they were coming down because I think you guys asked her while she was up here. And she said, yeah. But she kind of forgot. So I got to call them sometime. I might call them tomorrow and talk to them. But I want to see what Mitchell has to say. My cousin has to say before I go and yeah, again, it's like everybody's forgetting I'm even coming up there. My brother had to remind a couple of times, and Mitchell Classic knows I'm coming up there. My cousin that we're staying with, he knows I'm coming up there, but I'm like, all right, but we'll get this figured out. I think I might have worded it wrong, where he thinks every one of your family is coming up to stay with him, which is not the case. It's just you. So I think once we settle that, he'd be okay, more than okay with it. Which I did. I just said it was just me and you. It's not the entire family. again, he's at work probably, so he couldn't really. Whatever. Well, we'll figure it out. Yeah, again, if we don't figure it out, you're coming down anyway, and we're just gonna have to deal with it. Especially if I can't get straight answers from people, which I'm going to be able to. Because I'm gonna make the I'm gonna make it basically as like, hey, I need someone to at least help me drive down there because it's a long drive and I don't want to do it by myself. I want to have somebody that I can switch around with, makes it a lot easier. And we can cover more ground and be there a lot quicker if we do that. Well, yeah, but again, I'm putting it in as a way that you're helping me drive down there, which makes them have a little bit more sympathy. Which it is true. It's not a lie. I'm not lying to them. Because you are, again, even you taking over for, 5 hours or so, it's a lot better than anything else. There we go. All right. But yeah, just to keep the dead air going or not going anymore. Back to BattleTech. I think I got sidetracked. I have 2 parts of a Jenner, which is a light mech, which my favorite light mech in the game, in the whole franchise. I have a Jenner. I have 2 parts for Jenner, and I haven't found another one yet. Because the drop tables for that thing has been so bad whenever it actually does that. It actually drops. So I fought 3 of them, and only 2 of them have actually dropped anything. But they've only dropped 1. So my second favorite is the Atlas, which I am not worried about right now. That is a big old assault mech. It's an in-game mech. Big old assault mech. I am not worried about that at all. I will find one as soon as I start fighting assaults. I've only fought 2 assaults, and one of them the drop tables were actually in my favor, and I got it. So I have my first assault mech before I got a heavy mech, which is the tear down. It's not a very good assault mech, but it does go boom, 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 and it has armor. Like, as soon as I get something like an Atlas, or a King Crab, or whatever else, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to sell it. It's not a good mech. Oh, so he doesn't have the 2 couches anymore. So we need to figure out where you're going to sleep. So you might have to purchase an air mattress. Okay. Anyway, like I said, air mattresses are pretty cheap. So, shouldn't be too big of an issue. Maybe we can ask, I mean, air mattresses are not that cheap, and I think my parents have one. My brother might actually have one. Might need to talk to him. Because I thought my cousin did have one, but he might not have. Again, when he broke up with his fiance, a lot of stuff was taken away. So maybe the other couch was taken away, because he did have one at one point. He did have 2 couches at one point. So we will figure this out. He just doesn't have room. As soon as we can make room for you, then you're good. He's not as incisive as you guys are. I was like, oh, I can sleep on the floor when I come up here, and you guys are like, no, we're not sleeping. You can't sleep on the floor. I was like, okay. So if you need to sleep on the floor, you'll sleep on the floor, or I'll sleep on the floor and you sleep on the couch. Again, it's not that big a deal. Yeah, so he has just one now. I'm guessing it's because he got really big into snakes. So he doesn't have as much room, so he has all the snake equipment all over the place. Says he doesn't have God dang it. But yeah, he said just basically air mattress be the best thing. So we'll find somebody that has an air mattress. Well, no, I'm typing with one hand on my phone, texting him, and my fingers just kind of go all over the place, and I'm typing words, and they're all start to run together. Like I'm trying to type in "we can," but it's like "we can," and it just start going all over the place. I have a very big issue with that when I'm texting, because my fingers just kind of fumble around the keyboard no matter what I do. Anyway, we'll figure it out. As long as we have an air mattress, we should be okay. Because I forgot that my brother took his snake room away from him. So he probably has the snakes downstairs. Or in his room. So I'm guessing. Again, we'll figure it out. Again, if you can find an air mattress, then you're allowed to stay over there. That's all you have to do is find an air mattress. If you have a no, I think his snakes are upstairs in his room. He just has his equipment downstairs. Cause this man, he has a lot of stuff. He has a lot of stuff. Like he has a 3D printer and all this other stuff that's downstairs. Cause his downstairs is his work area. So he has a lot of like stuff like that downstairs. But again, not that big of an issue. If you can find a air mattress, you'll be okay. Let me text something really quick. You hate what? Having to sleep on a mattress? I mean, probably a mattress is way more comfortable than the couch. I will say that. That couch killed me. Alright, sorry about this, guys. I'm going to do some... Now that I have it in my mind, I want to do some research. Maybe. Did it save it? I can check my schedule for my work and see what days I have off so I can talk to him. Where is... So the 20th is when I'm off. I would suggest we just go up, we start on the 20th and stay until the 28th. We probably head back on the 28th and we spend the 29th here. That is just how I see it. That's just how I see it. Because one thing about my cousin, I love him to death, he has no concept of time whatsoever. So when I said this, he's like, oh, he probably thinks I'm coming in within the next week or so. He doesn't have no concept of time. You might want to talk to your friends or whatever, and see if they have an air mattress you can borrow. Alright, I need to get back to doing this. I want to finish this before we end tonight. But yeah, sorry, a little bit of sidetracking. But I have to do stuff when I have it in my my mind, otherwise I'll forget. So I need to do it now. I'm one of those people who plans everything and has to work on stuff, so I have to stop what I'm doing and get it done. But anyway, we have plenty of time to get it set up anyway. It doesn't need to be worried until the 20th. We're packing very light going up there, just clothes mainly. So we're not going to be too much. But anyway, back to the Battletech talk. I'm sorry, I just kind of keep bouncing around, but that's just kind of how I am. When you watch the Cita Draws channel, you're going to get a bunch of back and forth and bouncing around. That's just how I am. Because I like to finish my statements. I don't like to keep people hanging. But I also am... I don't think I'm going to put the rocket on top of it. I think everything's just kind of good. But, oh, that does not look good at all. But yeah, so Atlas I'm not worried about finding. Not really worried about finding, because I'll find one eventually. They're all over the place. But the one thing I am worried about I'm texting, by the way. Alright. I need to finish this. Need to put the phone down, need to finish it. I know it's about a trip that's happening in a bit from now, and I want to make sure everything is done properly. That's why I'm kind of going back and forth with my phone. So, hope you guys don't mind. But Atlas we find all over the place. I've already said it. So, I'm not worried about that. But the one thing I am worried about is the Black Knight. My favorite heavy mech in the game. Probably one of my favorite mechs. It's my favorite mech to play on the tabletop. For sure. It is my favorite mech to play on tabletop. I don't get to play the tabletop as much anymore. But when I do play it, the Black Knight is my jam. But the problem is I can find the because of the timeline, everything's done in lore. The mechs are also rearranged in different star systems, depending on where they're at in lore. And I can't just look up where's the Black Knight in 3062 because it just kind of pops up wherever the Black Knight is stationed at the time, which would be because it's during the clan invasion. Which is in because 3062 is a year before the big battle of Tukiyid, which is what ended the clan invasion. So it takes place a year before that. So the thing moves in updates as things are happening. And I think Comstar, which is the Illuminati of the Battletech universe, have them, and they have the Clan Buster, which is the one I like the most. Which I don't have the DLC. I think it's one of the DLCs added melee weapons, added the Hatchet Man, and added melee weapons to the game. So I don't have that DLC, so I won't find that one. But any of the other ones I'll have in there. But that one's like when I'm like, I don't know where to start looking for it. Like the Atlas is everywhere. That started off in Steiner Space, and it kind of worked itself everywhere, so you can find them all over the place. Yeah, because another like yeah, the DLC has some good mechs. They have the Raven, which is a really good when you want to get into like more technical hacking stuff. That's a really good mech. Um, they had the Rifleman. That's a really nice mech. I think that's one of your favorites, Rose. Or yeah, Daya. Out. And I believe they have the Turkina in the mod as well, which is really, really cool. Because they added a lot of the clans. That Turkina is one of them. Because they added the quad mechs, which the quad mechs are fun. It's just they're really rare to find. Because I think they only have 3 of them. Or they have a couple of them. They don't have all of them. They have the Scorpion, the Goliath, and the Tarantula. That's the only 3 I've seen. I've only reason I've seen the Goliath. I saw it in a mission and never dropped the parts for it. I hate it, but they never dropped the parts for it. But I did see one, and Scorpion I fought, and it only dropped like I think it dropped 2 parts for it. I think. So I have 2 parts. I need 1 more part of it, but those are so rare. Unless you start with them, which you start with 2 tarantulas and 2 scorpions. That's how you start off. If you start with the quad mech option, they are, however, at least in this BattleTech game, they're not as fast. They are more mobile, but they're not as fast. They don't have the strafing ability. As far as I know, they haven't been really. They've been implemented in there. They're nice. The models are really, really good looking. But there's I don't think they're as good as the tabletop. In other words, I don't know if I'm doing it correctly or not. I just played with them for a little bit, but they're extremely weak. They are extremely weak. So you have to be going full blast with them at all times, like a light mech, even the medium Scorpion. The Scorpion's not that fast. The Tarantula is. But you have to be going full speed at all times. Because if you get hit by like one rocket mode, you're done. You're basically done. You're finished. Again, they do have their quirks and stuff like that. All the mechs have their quirks. I kind of like how this turned out. We're gonna add the thing over to the side. Where is PRF? We're gonna add the little star. We're gonna do it down here so we can do it properly. But again, it's a fun one. I don't think it's hard. To start off with the quad mechs, if you get the mod and you want to do the quad mechs. I mean, honestly, the quad mechs alone makes that mod worth it because it is something different. I'm not good at doing stars. So this is not going to be the best example of them. You know what? That's good enough. That's good enough. Let's put the crest in the back. I know it's not the greatest thing in the world. But this is gonna be like on the side of the car, all dusted up anyway, so you're not gonna be able to see it that well anyway. Just the outline is gonna matter. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Put a little circle in the middle of it. That is the worst looking badge I've ever seen, but we will work with it. Alright, now I need to... Alright, transform it so that it matches the angle of the car. There we go. One thing about love of digital art, I can draw it flat and then make it 3D if I need to. So yeah, I think we did the line art for them. It's getting towards my bedtime. Or getting towards like a stopping point for usually on these types of streams. I'm very, very happy with how these turned out, and I will be finishing these up off stream, unfortunately. But Friday, if I do decide to stream, Friday's kind of I might stream, I might not. Because it is like the day after a holiday, so I don't know what to expect. We'll see. But I will be starting Thumper. Will be the next one on the list. So tomorrow I'll have to color these off stream. But that is the unfortunate thing. But I hope you guys had a good time anyway this evening, watching me fiddle around with these and fiddle with the phone, and texting is really hard. Hope it was a lot of fun. I mean chill. That's kind of where I go to, is chill. I don't like my streams to be bombastic, or if they just chill, because that is just kind of my personality. I'm not a loud, obnoxious person, sadly. Because I would have this career a lot quicker than spending 10 years trying to figure it out. If I was very obnoxious and outgoing. But I'd also be hated by everyone. So it's kind of a weird thing. See what we have. So we have 2 more days of Doodle Month left if I do Friday. Because next week is going to be Tuesday stream. Monday is no longer going to be a stream day. It's going to be a beginning of the week catch-up day, get stuff done. The big productive day of the week. Tuesday nights are the stream days. stream nights. That is the last day of Doodle Month will be the 28th of November. And then that Friday, we're going to be playing some games. Playing a game. I don't know what game we'll be playing. Or I'll be playing. We haven't decided. It might be BattleTech. It might be something else. We will just have to see. So. And then I have a couple of streams left. I think my last stream of before I go on my trip would be probably the 15th of December. Maybe, yeah. Because I leave on the 20th, and I'm not going to stream all that week because we're getting prepared to go on that trip. So I won't stream for the next 2 weeks after that. The 2 weeks after that, and then the 31st, I should be streaming. If nothing happens, I should be streaming for the New Year's. And that'll be the big Terraria stream with me and Daya. So, and you know, and then I think on the let's see, on the 5th of January is when we're going to do our big announcement where we're going over what's going to happen this year or that upcoming year. Basically a town hall or something like that. You know, where we're going over some stuff, figuring out where this is what we figured out, this is what we're going to do this year. Kind of the same thing to this year, only this year was like, these are the games we're going to stream. And then stream maybe 4 of them the entire year. Because this year's been stacked with video games and lots of fun experiences. But next year is going to be fun. Well, that's kind of what most people call it, a town hall. Where we're just kind of going over what we're going to do. Both of us, me and Daya, because we're both part of this streaming thing now. That was a big thing for this year, is getting her more incorporated into this. And stuff like that. So, I don't know, it's gonna be a really good time coming up next year for streaming wise. It's gonna be more content coming out of me next year, which I'm both looking forward to and I am scared of, because there's gonna be a lot of things changing next year. But that's a good thing. Change is good. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. Be sure to check out the store. I will say this. We have a Black Friday sale. Our biggest sale of the year. Black Friday sale. 50% off everything in the store. And some of them are 75% because they're trying to get rid of them. We're cleaning house on Friday. So just check out our store. Save it, follow it on Etsy, whatever. If you like anything, it's going to be 50% off. Some things are going to be 75% off. Some of their older things that we're trying to get rid of so we can remove them with other things, they're going to be in heavy discounts. But that is going to start on Black Friday. And we'll go all the entire weekend up until the end of Cyber Monday. So it's our cleaning house sale for the year. So look forward to that if you want anything from our store. These two right here, I think Warthog will, Pizza Boy from Twisted Metal 4, he will be released this week, and he would also be a part of the sale. So he is not going to be just the 20% off that we usually do when we put our stuff out early. He is going to be the full 50% off. He's going to be the only one who does that. So if you want to get any of the Twisted Metal cars, any of the BattleTech stuff, the real cars, the VTubers, the posters, all that stuff, we are cleaning house this weekend for our store. So we'll keep you updated on that. So follow me on social media. Cita draws most places. I'm not on Twitter as much anymore. I'm mostly on Tumblr now, believe it or not. Because I'm kind of moving away from Twitter. That's another big thing. We're moving away from Twitter because it's been kind of a storm over there. Not a good thing for us. And Tumblr's been a little bit better. So it's at Cita Draws on Tumblr. Same things here. I'm going to update my layout here. It's going to record it. We have a Discord, so if you want to keep track with our news and everything of stores, sales, and everything else, and when I go live or just hang out, there's a very few people in there. I don't necessarily know exactly what to do with it, but hopefully I'll have something to do soon there and start getting more active on there. I'm not very active on social media. Yeah, they're also going to Blue Sky, which I'm trying to get a code for. If you have an invite code, please DM me. I'm trying to get an invite code so bad, but I'm struggling to find one or to get one. So, but anyway, I'll talk to you guys hopefully Friday. If not, I will talk to you guys next Tuesday. All right. Peace out, guys. Take care. Have a good one. Have a good Thanksgiving if you're an American. Be safe. Don't deep fry the turkey. Please don't. Unless you thaw it out beforehand. And even then, just don't. Just bake the turkey like everyone else. I don't want people's houses burning down. Just be safe on Thanksgiving. If you're an American, if you celebrate it, have a good time with family. And I want to see you guys here on Friday. If I stream Friday. I don't know. Anyway, take care, guys.